Hello, thank you for being here today. My name's Abbie Jeffery. I've been working at Papercut now for 7 years. For the past 3.5 years, I've been working as a strategic partner manager at Papercut. So I manage our authorized partners' relationships across Europe and the Middle East, including Glocal Value here in Italy today. I'm here with my colleague Matt. He's our product marketing manager in EMEA. So today I want to give you a really clear picture of who Papercut is and the major trends that are reshaping our industry at the moment, and how we're helping partners like you to navigate those trends that we're seeing. So firstly, who are Papercut? We are an Australian company, hence the koalas in our booth today. We're a founder-owned organization. We are naturally a print management software company, and we have 20 years of experience in the print management industry. And our focus is to make printing as easy, as secure, and as sustainable as possible. That is our real drive. And that's not only for our customers, but it's also for our resellers that will be selling and supporting the product. So we're really proud to also be a B Corp organization. We're a purpose-driven organization, so that's really important to us. We have a plant a tree initiative called Papercut Grows, and that helps save the planet one tree at a time. And then here's a bit of scale just to bring Papercut to life. So yeah, we've got over 100,000 customers. We're across nearly 200 countries. I have a particular favorite stat, and that is actually not on this slide, but it's 1 in 50 people in the world are in the user directories of Papercut. So 1 in 50 people in the world are using Papercut. I hope that maybe more than 1 in 50 people in the world in this room are using Papercut. But I really love that stat. I feel like it brings Papercut to life a little bit there. We always make sure to mention the 12 million Chromebooks. When Google actually decided to deprecate Google Cloud Print, they approached Papercut. They asked if we could develop a replacement solution, and that is the results, a whopping 12 million Chromebooks. So these stats just show that we're really trusted at scale, and they sort of speak for themselves, really. And then our portfolio, we keep it very simple. We have 2 core solutions. Papercut MF, that's our flagship solution. We were born with Papercut MF. It's a perpetual product. It's available on perpetual. It's an on-premise product. It's available on perpetual or subscription. And then we have Papercut Hive. It's our newer baby. I say new now. It's been a good few years. That's a public cloud product, and it's fully hosted and available on subscription licensing. But whether or not you're going for Papercut MF or Papercut Hive, our core focus on print management actually remains exactly the same. We're focused on reducing waste. We want to enhance security, and that's before, during, and after the whole journey of the print journey. Come to our stand later, and we can talk you through exactly what that journey looks like. And we want to control costs, and we want to increase productivity. And that's going to be the basis of what I talk to today. We have a lot of time-saving features. We're print enablement features, but I will get onto that a little bit later. And then Papercut works with any printer, any platform, any operating system, any network configuration, so you don't have to worry about that perspective. We have a tagline at Papercut, it just works. And that's not just marketing speak. I quite like that over the years I've personally heard that phrase coined by many of our customers and our resellers. We really want you to install Papercut at the customer site. We want you to feel confident that the job is complete when you walk away. You're not wasting any more resource having to return to that job. So that's really important to us. And then also underpinning all of that is Papercut Multiverse. That is our secret sauce. Our partners receive a powerful tool. It's a management platform for all of your Papercut customers in one place. You get health alerts, customer feature usage insights, license tracking, all in one place. You can even remote into customers to troubleshoot on the spot. You know, if I talk about health monitoring, for example, you might receive an alert that a customer is starting to run out of RAM on their server, as an example. So this is a really powerful and unique tool. It can help you make selling and supporting PaperCut a lot smoother, and it's also going to help you work really smart. So I'm just going to talk through a little here about a clear picture of where PaperCut and Glocal Value fit together. So PaperCut is a software vendor. Naturally, we develop the software, the product, we take it to market. But we certainly do not do that alone and could not do that alone. So we have a global ecosystem of authorized partners. They are our distributors. They're certainly more than distributors, but I will simplify that for today just so you can understand the puzzle there. Glocal Value are only one of 10 ASCs in EMEA. We've worked with them for over a decade now, and this is really what sets us apart from other vendors. No other print management solution has that extra layer of support that's dedicated, localized, expertise. They can handle onboarding, training, pre-sale support, pricing, systems integrations, I could go on forever, but they're not just distributors. They're a true extension of PaperCut. They're our partners. But the key is that they're in your time zone, they're in your market, and they're in your language. I mean, I'm sure you don't want to be talking about print in English, and I'm sure it's probably painful enough to listen to me speak in English today. So that's where Glocal Value come in. They and you are then backed by the PaperCut teams. You're backed by our industry-leading partner portal and all of the content available to you and your teams supporting the solution. So that's how PaperCut and Glocal fit together. And next I'm going to talk through where we fit in the market. So this is IDC's global MarketScape report. So it's a research-led analysis. We demonstrate to them a number of factors. It could be our strategy, our teams. IDC then perform their own research, and then this is the result. So we're seen as absolutely as a thought leader in the industry. That's based on, that's not just based on our capability today with our teams and our product now. That's also based on our strategy in 5 years' time and what we have planned for the future. So this is a step forward. It's not just about who's selling the most. It's actually about who's best positioned to lead the industry forward. So that's really demonstrating whether or not we're an organization that can support you through the huge transition that's coming to the print management industry. And that's why today I'm going to talk to you about 3 challenges that we're seeing in the market and how we can actually combat those. So hybrid working. Smart working, I think it's called in Italy, perhaps. So hands up, anyone that's sort of hearing a need for this in your day-to-day. Oh, wow, so not many. Okay. Well, I'm going to carry on anyway. Well, I think maybe, it depends how you see it, I guess. But most organizations now are hybrid working. So that might not mean what you may typically see as hybrid working. It could mean fixed days. It could mean hot desking. It could also mean moving between sites. It could just mean moving between devices. So PaperCut ourselves transitioned to a hybrid working model. For IT teams, we're seeing that flexibility is bringing a lot of challenges. So users constantly switching between offices or Wi-Fi or wanting to print from home. Getting print queues to those users that are constantly moving, it can make a really simple task a real serious headache and a time waster. So we already heard this morning from Glocal Value survey that 41% of their customers are actually lacking the time or the internal resources to handle those heavy lifting integrational process tasks. So maybe or maybe not, your teams are pulled in to help troubleshoot or set up that print queue deployment. And we really want to try and increase productivity for you, your customers' internal IT teams, and the support hours that people are spending on that. So that's where print enablement over print management starts to come into play. So the value of getting organizations up and running, printing quickly and easily as possible, rather than managing print, we're just enabling it. We're helping them to just get going right off the get-go with deploying their print queues. So take Print Deploy, for example, which is a feature of PaperCut. We're pushing the right print queues to the right users automatically. You don't have to worry about scripts or manual installs. This is a huge time waster for large organizations. So we're talking minutes, not hours, to actually get users up and running, resulting in that seamless movement. Another example is mobility print. So that's our Google Cloud print replacement. That is making, your guest printing a breeze, your users bringing their own devices into the office, printing from home. We've really seen that users are enabling mobility print just for tens of thousands of users just to be able to submit print jobs from a non-office location to an office location. So PaperCut can help you reduce your support tickets and your customers' support tickets and simplify onboarding. You might not be hearing as much about hybrid working perhaps today, but at least if you can get ahead of this, it might be that organizations aren't actually seeing and realizing how much time this is eating up. So there's 3 reasons why this unlocks opportunities for you. So the first is you can increase your service offering. So this is your chance. You can step in and deliver real end-to-end value. You can offer premium support services. You can manage their print drivers and queues. And then Glocal can support with additional end-to-end value through the partners that you're going to hear from today. And then print enablement in general. So I spoke briefly around print enablement before print management. So, maybe Print Deploy can allow you to sell PaperCut to any customer. So maybe it doesn't matter if they don't need secure print or print management. They might not even know what print management is, but I can tell you they will be struggling with deploying print queues. So it can appeal to customers that are just direct printing. They're not thinking about print management, and they just need to streamline their internal processes. So leading with things like that can really solve some pain points here and get you in the door for new accounts that you might not have been targeting previously. And then on the topic of new customers, just even leading with different topics in general, time efficiency, security, sustainability. You're able to target new customers or even different areas of the business. Organizations have a sustainability team now. They have teams that are solely focused on security, sustainability. You're appealing to an entirely new team. And finally, it keeps you sticky, makes it difficult for customers to move. The more integrated you are into their internal processes, the more of a pain it is for them to move on to someone else. The second insight I want to talk to you about today is cloud. I'm sure you're probably all sick of hearing the word cloud, right? So hands up, please put your hands up for this one. Who here has customers talking about cloud? Wow, thank you, Matt. Okay, well, cloud we are hearing everywhere, but it does mean different things to different customers. So something cloud might mean it's fully hosted, it's SaaS, it's Google Workspace, so PaperCut Hive, basically. But other customers might think of cloud as they're hosting it in their own private cloud, like Microsoft Azure, like PaperCut MF. So, and others are working in a hybrid environment. Everyone surely is working on Microsoft 365, for example, now. That is cloud, that's public cloud. But that's the challenge that we're seeing, and I know that every market is different, but that's the challenge. Every customer is on their own journey. We conducted a website survey on the PaperCut website, and 58% of organizations are moving to the cloud, but they're just not sure what the best path is. And that was a global survey. So partners like you will eventually need solutions that can be flexible around that ambiguity. And you also need a portfolio that's flexible enough that you can actually support them in taking them down the right path, because they might not know what to do next. No, that's why we've built a portfolio that has a commercial model that works anywhere on any cloud journey. So firstly, it doesn't matter what brand, you know this already, it doesn't matter what brand you're using of printer, PaperCut is there and it will work for you. But secondly, whether it's public cloud, private cloud, or on-premise, we have a solution for that. Most importantly, though, we have a commercial model that makes these customers that are transitioning and they don't perhaps know what they're doing in a number of years' time really easy. So not only can you already shift between brands on our subscription pricing at absolutely no cost, but our what we call unified pricing, which is just both PaperCut MF and PaperCut Hive in one. Your customer can then enroll with PaperCut MF, and they can move to PaperCut Hive at a later date at absolutely no cost to them. So whether they're switching brands, whether they're changing from on-premise to cloud at a later date, they have absolutely no cost to incur, and neither do you. So we've already heard today that Glocal values customer and contact base. They're still opting for on-premise. So that's 46%. However, you do have another 54%, can't do my maths there, and they're exploring hybrid or full cloud. So don't wait for your customers to come to you. And even though only 45% are looking for that on-premise solution, we can support 100% of those customers. So last but not least, to my time, hands up, who has heard of WPP Windows Protected Print? Matt, again. Thank you, you're my star student today. I'm hoping this is just showing that we're really ahead of the curve. Okay, so we're going to talk about one of the biggest changes that is coming to printing, and that is driverless printing. So I don't know if anyone remembers, again, I might need a hand up on this, but does anyone remember Print Nightmare a few years ago? You're also my star student, thank you. Okay, so if you want to know more about Print Nightmare, come to the booth, because I am certainly not the person to explain that to you, but Matt is very well versed in that. So it was a security vulnerability that gave Microsoft a real wake-up call a number of years ago. It enabled print drivers to be essentially compromised. There was a gap in the security there. So that was the wake-up that Microsoft really needed. They decided enough with third-party print drivers. They were becoming a risk to their software. So they decided to launch something called Windows Protected Print. And that basically uses IPP, Internet Printing Protocol, to deploy print queue drivers. Now, this is really great news for security, but it's a massive shift because we're breaking away from the old print queues and the drivers that we've all used for decades. That means that a lot of your customers are, especially using older devices or older infrastructure, will start running into compatibility problems. Not yet, but soon. So some printer manufacturers are already starting to support this new, what we're calling modern print stack going forward. And Apple, if you take Apple, for example, as well, the developer of Cups, which is, to simplify it, the WPP version, but with Apple, they have also announced their intention to start removing the need for print drivers. So this isn't just coming from Microsoft. The whole industry is moving to a driverless printing model. And we're calling it modern print stack. So where does PaperCut fit into that? Now, drivers are going away, but it doesn't mean that print queues are. So this brings more opportunity to start leading into the print enablement side that I was talking about earlier. So if we look at our product portfolio, PaperCut MF, for example, it already supports WPP for basic printing through our feature Mobility Print. So it's driverless, it's secure, it works with non-WPP ready printers. And then Papercut Hive is soon going to introduce WPP support, and that will be through our new print queue deployment feature that we have coming in the next month or so. And that will start to include more of your advanced printing needs. So we're not just reacting to this industry change, we're trying to get ahead of it. We've been working directly with Microsoft to ensure that Papercut is fully aligned with WPP from day one. And our product teams and our CEO very recently undertook a road trip to Japan. I'm starting to panic now because I'm getting over there. So as a result, we are, from the Japan trip that our CEO and product teams took, we are working with OEMs at developer level to really shape this new era of driverless printing. And that's also going to really help us improve the strength of our embedded releases going forward as well. And then to further demonstrate that we are ahead of the curve, if you want to know more about WPP or Print Nightmare, if you Google WPP printing or even Print Nightmare, I hope it's not different in Italy, we should come up first on results. So I quite like that we really simplify information at Papercut so anyone can understand. So I encourage you to give that a Google and have a read of some of our knowledge-based articles. So finally, I'm going to skip a little bit of information because I think we're a little bit tight on time. But put my name on the line, put Papercut on the line. We're ready. We will be ready with WPP. So come and talk to us more about that. So in summary, we are really built for what's next. You might not even be seeing what's coming next yet, but we are here ready to support you when you start to see that start to impact you. We want to help you tap into new revenue streams with print enablement, reduce your support burdens. We want to strengthen your sustainability offering with our sustainability initiatives. We want to help you build stickier, more valuable relationships. And we're expanding beyond just print, into more advanced scanning functions, data capture, and whatever's thrown at us next. So more importantly, we're not just keeping up, we're partnering with Microsoft, with Google, with OEMs at developer level to help shape the future of this industry. You are backed by an industry-leading portal, industry-leading learning tools that we have, all of our sales collateral, and Glocal value as a fantastic and extremely knowledgeable and impressive partner. So we are both here to help you work smarter and support you better. So grazie for listening, and thank you so much for putting up with my English. And I really hope that we get the chance to chat with many of you this afternoon. Thank you.